Well, tomorrow is election day in Dalton. Tiffany is in serious trouble, and she knows it. So now she's giving out the receipts. She's showing the village of Dalton where all their tax money was going. It was the trustees that was stealing it all this time. Now, mind you, we're looking at $9 million in losses, or $8 million or something like that. Oh, but she has found it. And one day before the election, she has finally decided to show everybody where the money went. Yeah, good luck with that.
Trustees have been up to no good. I have before you proof that they have been taking your money.
Well, of course they're taking the villagers' money. It's called taxes. What did you expect?
For much of the time that's being discussed, she's being illegally kept from knowing what's going on with the money.
There's a bigger swine than Tiffany Henyard. Man, I hate that dude. God, I hate him. No misfortune that he ever could suffer would be severe enough as far as I'm concerned.
Now that seems like it would be important.
Now, when you see Tiffany Henyard nodding her head like this, that means he's lying.
That's the truth. But Lori Lightfoot did not mention that. Jason House, a current member of the Board of Trustees, was not a signer on the bank account at all. And yet, he has repeatedly signed checks without authority. That's a fact.
Well, first of all, I would like to know what the hell is going on with this part. I looked it up in Photoshop, and the numbers have been embossed over something else, and I can't quite make it out. What the hell? I didn't see any obvious signs of Photoshop, but if you look down below, it looks like authorized signature has been also placed over something. So I don't know what's going on here, but this looks suspicious as hell.
It's documented. He's spending thousands and thousands of the village's dollars without authority from the bank. He's committing bank fraud.
Hey, I'm sorry, but you're looking at $8 million losses. You found a check, a single check for $108,000. That ain't cutting it. You are supposed to have the receipts. I want to see all the receipts. This is all you have over a period of a year and a half, 2 years? But whatever the case, I don't know if this even means anything.
Committing check fraud. She's proved it in documents. There's matters pending in court. He's been told to stop doing it.
And by the way, this lawyer had better be damn careful. He's accusing someone of committing a crime.
He still does it.
And by the way, here we have an email coming from somebody. Why did they exit out? Why is it redacted? You don't want people to know where the email came from? Really? I would think that would be kind of important.
Again and again.
An email that was sent from the bank. You may or may not be aware, but over the last few weeks, the Board of Trustees of the village have sent documents requesting that the signers to the accounts for the village of Dalton be adjusted. It will not be honored because it is not fully executed and is missing the signature of the mayor.
So they didn't execute it? So in other words, this check wasn't cashed. So where did all the money go?
My signature is missing, guys. Just make sure you understand what's going on. Please ask the trustees to stop contacting the bank with requests and changes to the account. The constant improper demand is running up legal expenses that will be paid by the village, and also is creating too much operational risk for the bank. It could be that they will tell the village to find another depository bank, given the constant disruption and improper demand.
Constant disruption and improper demands. Okay, where are the other documents then? If this is constant and they've been sending out many notices about this, where are they?
Constant disruption and improper demands. They're constantly calling the bank. They're constantly begging them to change this, add this signer, remove this person. This next documentation, which you ain't gonna believe, on February 11th of 2025 this year, they did a wire transfer of $100,000. Do you hear me? $100,000 to their attorneys, OMFM, which is Odison, Murphy, Frazier, and McGrath.
Okay, they paid them $100,000 with wire transfer. Show us where that was improper. That's the part you're missing. I have no context for this. This could very well have been totally proper. Odison is the lawyer for them, so they're going to have to pay him. So I don't know. If you are claiming that they could not actually legitimately send this money out, then show us the evidence of that.
That's the legal law firm that represents the Board of Trustees. They paid him $100,000 on the 11th, right before election time.
Well, $100,000 to a lawyer? Yeah, that happens all the time. I don't like it, but I can't say that there's anything wrong with the actual payment.
Lori Lori Lightfoot wants to charge us $400 an hour, which equates to $100 every 15 minutes.
She wants to charge you that, or did she? Hey, words mean things. $100 for every 15 minutes. Yeah, I know. $400 an hour does equate to $100 every 15 minutes. Wow, you really did some investigation there.
She started April of 2024. Dalton residents, I'm going to break it down for you.
Oh, this ought to be good.
Lightfoot cost taxpayers, just say for 10 months, at $400 an hour, at 40 hours a week. For 1 month, it equated to $64,000. So $64,000 times 10 months cost the residents of Dalton $640,000.
Only a raving lunatic, a raving moron, gee, that sounds like Tiffany Henyard, believes that Lori Lightfoot charged them for 40 hours a week for 10 months. Yeah, lawyers cost $400 an hour. They don't work around the clock for you. They have other clients. My understanding was that the total bill was around $30,000. I can't remember for sure, but I know one thing. There is no chance in hell that Lori Lightfoot charged the village of Dalton $640,000. I mean, the investigation that she did doesn't require 40 hours a week for 10 months. But the people in Dalton that voted for Tiffany Henyard are stupid enough to believe this.
Are y'all listening? $640,000 for Lori Lightfoot political theater in the village of Dalton. Dalton residents, you have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and deceived.
Hey, why don't you go and learn some English? Jeez. Now, keep in mind, Tiffany Henyard knows damn well that they didn't pay Lori Lightfoot $640,000. She is lying, because that's what Tiffany does. It comes naturally to her and that two-bit lawyer that she hired.
By your trustees, all for political play. This letter is from Delgado Law Firm, who represents
Okay, so it's from the Delgado Law Firm.
The village of Dalton. So the trustees completely lack the authority to appoint Lori Lightfoot as additional legislative counsel.
Wait, why are we blurring out everything else? I wonder if there's something there that Tiffany doesn't want the people to see.
For any reason, including to perform an investigation. Please be advised that should the trustees approve Lori Lightfoot's appointment, the mayor will not be approving any payments to Lori Lightfoot because her appointment violates the law.
That's what your lawyer says. I don't give a damn what your lawyer says. You get a judge to say it, that's one thing, but I don't give a damn what a lawyer says. In every court case, the lawyers disagree. So half of the lawyers in a court case have it wrong. I mean, they're entitled to their wrong opinion, but just because your lawyer says it doesn't make it true. And you neglect to tell the people in your little video here whether she was paid or not. Was she? Why don't you tell us?
This is the letter, a legal binding letter that Delgado Law Firm wrote. He sent this letter to Lori Lightfoot when they originally tried to appoint her, which they don't have any appointment power. For those that don't understand, you can go look up state statute, and they will tell you that the mayor is the only person that can appoint anyone in the village of Dalton.
Gee, why didn't you show the statute in your video? That's called bringing the receipts. And also, this is not binding. So I'm sorry, a little warning letter from a lawyer is not binding, because the trustees didn't agree to it.
The writing's on the wall, residents. I need you to come out on February 25th and help me, help you get rid of corruption.
If you want to know who to vote against, these 5. The very fact that they're willing to pose with Tiffany Henyard in a photograph means that they are not eligible to be elected in my book. You vote these people in, and you deserve everything that's going to happen to you. Like my video and subscribe to my channel.